You all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call?
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Mutner?
Here.
Mr. Rogan?
Here.
Mr. Esposito?
Here.
Supervisor Williams?
Here. Counselor?
Notice is hereby given by the Town Board of the Town of Patterson that the preliminary budget for the Town of Patterson, Putnam County, New York, for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026, has been completed and filed in the office of the Town Clerk, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, where it is available for inspection during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Further notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of Patterson will hold a public hearing on the preliminary budget at the Patterson Town Hall, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, 11256, on Wednesday, October 8, 2025, at 7 o'clock p.m. in the evening of that day or soon thereafter, as may be held, at which time all persons interested therein shall be heard.
I would ask that anybody who is joining us here tonight at Town Hall, if you have any questions or comments about the preliminary budget, if you would approach the mic, state your name and address for the record, and make your comment or ask your question. Before we do that, just so everybody is aware, Town Board has been diligently looking at the budget as it was presented to them. There are some minor tweaks. We are still sitting at about a 4.13% increase in spending. Mr. Major, how are you?
Bruce Major, 166 Somerset Drive, Patterson. We gotta give the people at home some information, about the budget. What I found interesting leading up to the budget really dealt with the fire department, the fact that they were buying a new truck, and there was some confusion about did they have approval first or not. They said the supervisor said yes. Unfortunately, supervisor didn't have that authority as best as I know. After all, when the seniors want to go on a bus trip for $1,000, you all have to vote for that approval. This is not the first time. It's happened once before. Now we're already stuck there, and there's no doubt that they need the truck. My concern is, when I looked at their submissions, both fire districts, which is kind of interesting, we have one line for the fire department, but we have two departments. The Putnam Lake Fire Department, their submission, if the town has provided me with all that they submitted to you, they provided last year's line and what they requested from this year's line. And they're looking for 2%. When I looked at the Patterson Fire Department, they submitted I guess it's a data sheet which lists all their lines in their budget of the money that they want from the town, but there's no comparison as to what they asked last year to see if there were spots that could be tweaked a little bit. Additionally, I don't see them submitting, let's say by August 31st, what their expenditures have been to see if there are other areas that maybe we can move the money around to save the taxpayers some money. So I know we can't do anything now, but I would hope that the town would consider merging the capital funds into one pot, maybe create because no way are we gonna get two separate departments, two separate budgets. Nor are we gonna get two departments to merge. That's not gonna happen. But clearly, I think what might be helpful is if the capital funds are merged into one pie, a representative of each fire department with someone on the town board could sit down and then decide how that money should be sent. Should it be a truck for Putnam Lake? Should it be a truck for Patterson? What are the ages of the truck? What is best needed? The other thing I think needs to be looked at is when they're purchasing things, the power of purchasing. If if they're buying radios, if they're buying, I don't know, 50 radios for one department, 20 radios for the other department, would we get a better deal on 70? So I think those are things that maybe going forward, the town board can look at, because I certainly think we're looking at a almost 5% increase in the Patterson Fire Department budget increase, and a mere 2% with the Putnam Lake. Now, I realize that doesn't include the LoSAP and the workman's comp. I don't know if those numbers went up this year over last year, I'm not sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. A lot of good points. A point of clarification. So the supervisor was aware that they were considering purchasing a ladder truck. He had made overtures to them to seriously discuss how that was going to be paid for and financed. That didn't happen. I never gave them the consent to go buy that truck. And as you pointed out, I don't have the authority to do that. We all know that.
I realize that, but there's what, 10, 12 people here today? 5 at home maybe? They may not understand that.
Yeah.
I've been told it's in the contract that purchases can't be made without the approval of the town board. So I think you should consider merging those monies and take care of both departments the best way we can.
Well, we've had discussion about what we're going to do. You should also know that this morning when I came to work, I found that the Patterson Fire Department had submitted a significantly revised budget, being more in line with direction they've received from the town board when we met with them. I've got a sheet analyzing last year, this year, you know, what they asked for originally and what they're asking for now to provide the town board before they leave tonight. I anticipate at some point we're gonna have to sit back down and talk about what we're gonna do with the fire department. But we do a pretty comprehensive breakdown of all their spending. And we do get an annual report from the fire department from an auditor, which should have been in here last week, I would hope, but we haven't seen it, so I need to follow up with both departments on that as well. Anyone else here tonight?
Good evening, Gwen Doherty, Ice Pond Road. I know in the budget discussions, there was discussion around pulling from the general fund for various things throughout the budget. And so wanted just to ask a couple clarifying questions around there, not just for myself, but the broader town, which was, what was the total that ended up being pulled into this year's budget from that general fund?
Are we talking about pulling money from basically our savings account, what
Yes.
we call fund balance?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And then, that's question one, how much was it total? And then, what percent of that total, what did that represent that you pulled into this year's budget?
I don't know that I'm gonna have that. Trish, you're not gonna have that either, are you? So, and just to be clear, we have a number of different funds throughout the budget, right? And so each one has their own individual savings account. So we pull different amounts from different, depending on what the ask is and how much we anticipate is gonna fall at the end of the year to fund balance.
Okay, so just a follow-up question then is there a calculation done of what that percent total budget increase would be had we not pulled those funds in?
Yes, absolutely, and it's in the preliminary budget. It's the last column.
Okay, and can you share, what was the final number that ended up in the final budget? Could you share?
For which line? For
Oh, no, I mean,
total?
For the whole, yeah.
The total amount that was used in the 2026 budget was $850,000. And if you look on the second page where the fund balances are, the amount of fund balance that we would have left at the end of 26 divided by the appropriations, the expenses, is 30.92% for general fund. Does that answer your
So
question?
I think Gwen's question is, right now we're at a 4.13%, and I think what you're asking is if you add in the amount of money being pulled from fund balance in various lines, in totality, would that go from 4.13 to what percentage? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, thank you.
That was what I
Yeah, that we're
understood.
not gonna have.
Yeah, I'd have to pull it all out.
Well, is the amount 850,000?
So, so for the total,
For general fund. it
that's
is.
for general fund only. All right, the grand total is 1.190777.
9077. So
So
what percentage of
million one of a 16, where are we? Best guess, 8%.
8%? So we go from 4 to 8?
8% increase.
Okay.
Best guess, shooting from the hip. I don't do that too well, so.
But no, if you don't have the exact, though, that is, sounds directionally correct based on the number she's saying.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very quick question, Stacy Dumont, Bullet Hole Road. What is the tax cap now?
Well, the specific tax cap is 2%, right?
It's still 2%.
But
yeah.
towns and school districts can accumulate credits, which we have done in the past. So at 4.13, we're still under the tax cap if we're using our
Program,
credits.
yeah. It's technically a program. They give you an index for inflation. Usually it's 2%. Sometimes it's been a little higher. They give you a little more for growth in the tax base. If you've had, development or increase in the assessments. So I think the overall plan this year was 2.989%. And then we also had carryover monies of 130,000.
Okay, thank you. I was looking it up on the comptroller's page and
Yeah, there's
just didn't, it was
a
a
lot
little-
of calculation in
Yes.
it.
Well, thank you.
It's not
No
easy.
problem.
Thank you.
Anyone else joining us here tonight? All right, we'll turn to any audience members joining us by Zoom. If there's anybody on a Zoom call that has a comment or question, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record. Well, hearing no one, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
On to the next one.
Public notice is hereby given that special district assessment roll and the annual estimate of expenses and revenues for special districts has been prepared and is available for review at the office of the assessor at Town Hall, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York. Pursuant to Town Law, Section 202-A, the Town Board of the Town of Patterson, New York will hold a public hearing on the aforesaid special districts assessment roll and the annual estimate of expenses and revenues at the town offices, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, on October 8th, 2025 at 7 o'clock p.m. in the evening of that day, or as soon as thereafter as may be held, at which time all persons interested therein shall be heard. The town board will make every effort to assure that the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodation should contact the town clerk.
Thank you. So a little clarification, this is a public hearing we're required to hold every year to give people an opportunity to challenge whether they should or should not be in any special districts. We have a number of special districts. We have 3 water districts, we have a sewer district, we have lighting districts. And this is everybody's opportunity to say, geez, I really don't belong in that district, you need to take me out, or maybe you should be adding me in. And that's the purpose of this meeting tonight, this public hearing tonight. So, again, if anybody has any questions or comments, if you'd approach the mic, state your name and address for the record. Hearing none, we'll turn to our Zoom audience. Does any member joining us by Zoom have any questions or comments about their inclusion or being excluded from a special district?
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, reports.
Reports. I'd like to make a motion to accept the following reports. Code compliance, September 2025. Code enforcement, September 2025. Dog control officer, September 2025. ECI, September 2025. Putnam Lake Fire Department, second quarter report and third quarter report. And Patterson Recreation for September 2025, so moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to accept the supervisor's report for July 2025, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the town board minutes for August 27th, 2025, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would somebody like to audit the bills from last month?
I'll make a motion to approve abstract number 18 dated September 26, 2025 in the amount of $905,919.96. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Budget transfers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Budget adjustment request number 23 dated October 25th. This budget adjustment is necessary to allocate additional funds for the fire equipment and capital outlay account due to the radio funds transferred to department. I'd like to increase the appropriated fund balance $10,000 and increase the expense fire equipment and capital outlay $10,000. Make a motion to approve budget adjustment request number 23. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have budget transfer request number 24 dated October 25th, 2025. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the sewage contractual chemicals account to adjust for the year end due to amounts purchased. I'd like to decrease the sewage treatment disposal contractual operations $5,400 and increase the sewage treatment disposal contractual chemicals $5,400. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 24. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Budget transfer request number 25. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the ambulance contractual account to adjust for additional vehicle repairs to the year end. I'd like to decrease ambulance equipment and capital outlay $4,200. Decrease ambulance contractual services $15,800 and increase ambulance contractual $20,000. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 25. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Peter?
The Veterans Memorial Park bathroom is Barbara Ferreira, who is the chairperson of that board. The bathroom area is in desperate need of epoxy on the floors because it's concrete now, and anytime they've tried to paint it, it becomes a mess. So she put it out to bid, and she received 5 bids, and I'd like to make a motion to accept the bid from A.G. Williams in the amount of $9,360. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to approve extending our contract with Peak Power Systems, who service all of the generators?
All the generators.
All the generators for the period from November 1st, 2025 until October 31st, 2026. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sean?
Okay, a couple of requests from our EMS department. The first is for equipment. This is just simply a battery pack for the Stryker stretchers. They are looking for 2 smart pack battery packs for the Stryker stretchers. They're at a unit cost of $494.25. So I'll make a motion we approve this non-bid procurement for Stryker sales of an amount not to exceed $1,100 for those battery packs. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the next item is a request from the Phillipstown Ambulance Corps. Unfortunately, they had a death of one of their lieutenants, John Eager, and they have a large memorial service that will be occurring down in Phillipstown. As such, they have reached out to the town of Patterson with a very humble request to get coverage for their ambulance. And I spoke with Bobby Kearns, and he said it would probably be no more than 6.5, 7 hours for 2 EMTs, so it's an amount less than $400. So I'll make a motion that we approve allowing our ambulance crew, or a crew of 2 of our ambulance EMTs, to go down to Phillipstown and staff their ambulance service for the shift. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sure. And then we had a request that just came in from our Deputy EMS Director, Jennifer Hunt, to attend an EMS educational training event, Vital Signs EMS Conference in 2025 up in Syracuse. So it is a registration fee of $535 plus lodging for the week. I'll make a motion to approve this education and training expense for an amount not to exceed $2,055. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the next item we have is something that we started speaking about earlier this year with our head of Highway Superintendent Ed Foster, our union, and the town board. And this was a request for an amendment to the CSEA agreement for Local 1000, which is our Town of Patterson Highway and Sanitation Bargaining Unit, to establish a program allowing the bargaining unit employees to accrue non-compensatory time for hours worked during snow emergencies, essentially allowing them to carry hours that were worked during a snow emergency and use them during the summer months for vacation time. It outlines the various components of this agreement. The time would have to be used between May 1st through October 31st and not carry over to the following year. So it does not accrue from one year to the next. So I will make a motion to adopt this memorandum of understanding and authorize the town supervisor to sign such documents as to effectuate it.
Can we make it subject to approval of the town engineer on the language? Town attorney?
Sure. I will amend that to include upon review.
Excuse me?
What?
Not, so we came up with a memorandum last year, and we did it. They rewrote the memorandum using their language. Some of it I'm not exactly comfortable with. I think it needs to go back. And I want to make sure that Jamie is okay with what they're saying. So,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you in advance, Jamie. And I'm really looking forward to working with you on the engineering projects.
Really? You had to go there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
A little levity.
All right. First up is Club Court Park. We are finally starting to move on that. We are trying desperately to get it in. I have before the winter. I have a non-bid procurement request form here. We did solicit 3 prices. The lowest price was Prime Excavation for an amount not to exceed $5,700. And I'd like to approve the use of Prime Excavation for the aforesaid amount. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, it is with deep regret that I am accepting the resignation from Maria Grace. She has been at Town Hall for a very short period of time, but her performance here has been exemplary. Unfortunately, she has some issues that she needs to deal with, which is going to take her away from us for a while. She may be back. But would like to thank Marie Grace for her service to the town and wish her all the best. And with that, I'll accept her resignation from position as clerk at Patterson Town Hall. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And my executive session will defer to the end of the meeting. Mary?
Yes. So my first item on my agenda, Route 311 crosswalk, is the second part of where we tabled the last request that we received from Ms. Maas to move the crosswalk from one location to the other on 311 near the church. So I did reach out to Ms. Bibio of DOT to just get clarification on that. I understood that we could make the request. However, the supervisor advised me that we would burden the cost of that. So I reached back out to her, and it was a fortunate circumstance. I believe, did she contact you as well, Rich?
No.
To let you know
I
that?
have not had conversations with her since the initial
Oh,
ones.
okay. So, I'm sorry, I did copy the email that I did receive from her. So she said that typically, you are correct, that it would be the burden of the town. However, that this location is on their list of areas that they'll be reviewing. So in her words, it is surprisingly that they currently have one out, an ADA update or even sidewalk installations, unless it is part of a larger project such as construction of a roundabout. It is honestly surprising that we currently have one out now. So the last one was probably over 10 years ago. So from a permitting standpoint, they will require new applicants to install sidewalks or ADA ramps, as they know it's a burden on municipalities who are looking for these upgrades. So typically, it would be the burden of the town, but this location happens to be on a list for review for replacing, moving the crosswalk and improving it to an ADA location, even though it isn't one now, but it's on the list to be improved. So I thought that was great news. I mean, we tabled it and,
So that we don't have to do a thing.
exactly.
Well, that's fine, as long as we're not committing to anything, but, my conversation with them is, yes, they put this out, they've awarded the contract, the contractor isn't going to get to do Patterson until the spring likely, but the contract was for them to take the existing ADA crosswalk, which is faded out, not in good condition, and rehab that, not to look at moving it. But if they're willing to
Okay.
look at moving it, that's
Yes,
on them, and that's fine.
So, should we do the resolution anyway with the request so that it goes to DOT to say if they're looking at this, to make sure that they're also including the relocation of it?
Well, it's like I said, that, my conversations with them, we can do the resolution, but then if they determine that the crosswalk needs to be moved, then the town is gonna have to pay to replace the sidewalks. And I'm not comfortable doing that when we're talking about moving a crosswalk 60 feet.
Yes, but I believe that, I understand her saying that this is to benefit us because it is a consideration that will be made because it's included in the projects.
Well, again, then if the DOT is willing to do it, she doesn't need a resolution from us.
Okay, all right, I just want to make sure. So, but, again, I will see her at the next meeting.
Sure.
I'll bring it up
And
again.
if there's, we need to do the resolution then, and she wants to clarify the DOT's position, that's great.
Okay,
But, everything we've gotten so far as the emails, not indicated that they're willing to consider moving the crosswalk on their own.
okay.
And I just don't want to commit us and find out we were wrong later on, and we have to. come up
Right,
with
no,
A lot of funds for
100%.
doing the
Yeah.
sidewalk.
So, I think I'll see her in another month.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a rental rates for 2026 for the Patterson Recreation Center. Rentals will no longer include a free half-hour setup and free half-hour cleanup. And the Cornwall Hill Road ball field will now be $20 per hour, and this does not include the lights. There's a variety of rental fees on here for from a third of the gym to 2/3 and the whole gym that are outlined here. I'm not going to read all of them, but I would like to make a motion to approve the rental rates that will be in effect beginning January 1st, 2026. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And you can see those on the pattersonmyrec.com website if you're interested. We also have a request for a new hire. Mr. Chabarro would like to hire Lori Doyle as a recreation assistant for the Town of Patterson Recreation Department. Lori has previous experience from her time with the Danbury PAL and feels as though that she would be an asset to the Recreation Center. So I'd like to make a motion to approve Lori Doyle at the rate of $16.50 per hour, pending that all of her paperwork has been submitted and her annual training courses are completed. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Then we have a non-bid procurement for 15 VIP sports soccer T-shirts with the logo on the front. The low bidder was Extreme Designs in the amount of $240. I'd like to make a motion to approve Extreme Designs in the amount of $240. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
My turn.
Your turn,
Yes,
Joe.
sir.
Okay. Town is looking for bids on a couple of services, projects. We have a winter sidewalk maintenance for Patterson. The bids are due by November 5th. I have 19 pages that it describes it. I won't read it all to you. You can get this information from the town clerk. So I make a motion to ask the town clerk to advertise for these bids. This particular one, winter sidewalk maintenance. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And also another bid, another 19 pages, for snow removal for sewer and water districts. Again, these bids are due by November 5th, 10 a.m. Again, the town clerk has all the information, so I make a motion to ask the town clerk to advertise this bid for snow removal. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next.
We're good?
I'm good.
Other business. We got in today a contract for our phone service from SonicTel. The contract price is $1,872. It has not gone up since last year. Covers maintenance and service for our phone system here from 9/1/25 until 8/31/26. I'd like to make a motion to approve the maintenance agreement with SonicTel and authorize the town supervisor to sign. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have a couple of announcements. Anybody want to do some announcements?
Sure, the first one we have is a notice from our highway department for road work, and this is October 14th to October 17th, weather permitting. The paving of the roads will be on Livonia Road, Quincy Road, Rutland Drive, Thames Road, Orient Place, Remsen Road, and Slater Road. Paving will start at 7 a.m. and go till approximately 7 p.m. on those days, weather permitting. There's a notice here on that, and it's available also on the highway department website.
Town website.
Town website.
Town website.
Town website, thank you.
Oh, you want me to do that? Sure. We have a notice from the American Lung Association offering help to quit smoking. Freedom from Smoking Group Quit Program. First class starts Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 7:30. Class dates are on Wednesdays, it looks like, and a couple of Fridays. It's open to the public over 18 years old, and the classes run for 7 weeks, total of 8 classes. Please go to the link Freedom from Smoking October 2025.eventbrite.com to sign up.
I'm good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All that one, too.
All right. So we have a free rabies vaccine clinic on Saturday, November 8th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That'll be at Veterans Memorial Park, the Upper Park, 201 Gypsy Trail Road, Carmel. It says here, bring your pets, dogs, cats, and ferrets, if you have a ferret, for free rabies vaccinations. And this is in Spanish. So there we go. That's it.
Spanish.
Very good. Anyone else have anything else tonight?
I'd just like to thank the Putnam Lake Fire Department for they held their first annual Touch-A Truck over by Green Chimneys. I had an opportunity to go over there, and it was really great. The Sheriff's Department was there. They had a monstrous vehicle that I didn't even know that
That's
they
a
had.
scary truck. That truck.
You don't want to see that
Asked a
thing
lot
pulling
of
under your street.
questions, yes.
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen that truck.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
a big
actually
truck.
asked them when the last time they used it was, and it was just a couple days prior. So that was very interesting. Also, they had a lot of people there, vendors. They had a really good turnout, so I just wanted to thank them for that. And that's it.
Okay.
That's all.
The taco truck, if I can interject, the taco truck that was there that day has been parked in the VFW parking lot, not every day, but many days, and I gotta say, they're making good money on me, because I get a lot of tacos there, so it's a good taco truck. I think it adds something to
Yeah.
the Putt Lake area. You can go and get the taco, and, you know, so that taco truck was at the Touch a Truck also.
Good.
Nice.
Public recognition. Is any member joining us tonight wish to make any comments or ask any questions? Please state
Meg
your
Kearney,
name.
213 Fairfield Drive. I'm here on behalf of the VFW today. So the first one is we're having a Meet the Candidate night on Tuesday, the 14th at 7 p.m. So it's for our local town board. So Mary, Joe, Gwen Doherty, and Stacy Dumont were invited. Also Brian Hess and Larry Burke for the sheriffs. So that's on this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. On October 18th, the Ladies Auxiliary is doing a food and coat drive, and it'll be at Hannaford's on Saturday the 18th, and then in front of the Putnam Lake Market on the 19th, and you can do coats and food. And then the last thing is the VFW is doing a whiskey and cigar night on the evening of the 18th. That's a fundraiser for the VFW.
Paul?
So, it's free admission, and the taco truck will be there.
I've been to, I mean, I get around, I've been to that too, so that, they have good whiskey.
Anyone else? We will open it up to those joining us by Zoom. If anyone joining us by Zoom has any questions or comments for the board, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
Good night.